In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to update your free monthly project list where your customers come in and are able to download a PDF of your free projects. Let's go to one of your secondary pages where that sidebar appears. And over here on the right, you'll notice we have your free monthly projects, and it lists all of those. And typically what we would do in the past is we would add a new project for the month, and then we would take off the last project. Now, one would think that the logical way to go about doing this would be to simply go to this page and edit it, but this doesn't appear on the editing part of the page. And the logic behind that is that if you were to have this physically on every single secondary page, that would entail having to make changes to every single secondary page whenever you did an update. The beauty behind using a sidebar widget is you change the widget and then it automatically appears in all of the places where you've placed that widget. So you're basically making one change every month and it magically appears on all of your secondary pages like What's New, Classes and Events, Photo Gallery, About, all of that. So it really takes a lot of the work out of updating. If we did it the other way, you would literally have to edit every single page every single month to do what we're going to show you how to do today. So I'm going to assume that you're already logged in to your WordPress admin and you've already uploaded your PDF file. And if you don't know how to do that, I'll go over that right now. You'll want to come up to the upper left-hand corner and click on Dashboard, and you're going to want to come down to Media and Library. Now, I've already uploaded this, but let's say you haven't done this yet and you want to upload one of your PDFs for the current project. You would come up here to Add New, go over here in the middle to Select Files, and then you'll want to find that PDF file that you're using or wanting to use. In this case, I selected on this, and then you hit Open, and it basically uploads it to the server, and then you'll see it here in the very first space. The second thing we want to do after we've uploaded that is we want to make sure we have copied that path to this PDF file, because that's going to be really crucial when we go in and update the widget area for your free monthly projects. So I'm going to click on this once, and you'll notice over here on the right hand side you have URL, title, and so on. Well, this URL is the path to that PDF file that we're wanting to work with. Whatever one you've uploaded, you'll click on that and you'll come over here to where it says URL, and you can double click on that. Just make sure you've got the whole path highlighted, and then you're going to want to do a Control-C on your keyboard to copy that to your Windows clipboard. Of course, if you're using a Mac, it would be a Command-C. But we're assuming that you're on Windows, so it's a Control-C, and that copies that path to the Windows clipboard. Then you want to X out of that, and then we're going to go over here to Appearance, which is down towards the middle of your left sidebar menu. And you're going to want to go over here to Widgets. Now, this is your Widgets console, and over on the right hand side you'll see where it says Sidebar. That's where we've got all of your widgets for your secondary page sidebars. You noticed before that you have a search bar, and then you have your free monthly projects, and then you have your free newsletter sign up at the bottom. We want to select free monthly projects, and here's all of those projects. This is September 15th all the way down through August 2014. So don't be overwhelmed here. This is just a chunk of code, and you'll notice that I've separated it with a couple of good spaces between each one so that it's easier to look at and it doesn't all run together. You don't have to put spaces there, but it certainly helps keep things straight in your mind if you're not used to looking at code. So remember, we just copied that path, the URL to the PDF that I'm wanting to use for this example, to the clipboard, and I don't want to lose it, and you can only have one thing on your clipboard at a time. So I'm going to click up here, and I'm going to hit my return key several times, 3 or 4 times. Don't be bashful. You can put as many spaces in there as you want to make sure that you don't get confused. And then click your cursor back up to the very top, and we're going to paste that content that we have, that path, that was on our clipboard from the media library. So here we have it. We have that test project 2016 PDF that I'd uploaded earlier, and this is all good to go. Now, I'm going to want to put that in as a project above September 2015. So the easiest way to do that, I've found, is to highlight this entire chunk of code and make sure you have it all. You've got a left angle bracket at the very beginning, and then you'll have a right angle bracket at the very tail end. You want to make sure you get all of that. Without it, if you miss one thing, let's say you didn't get this first angle bracket and you just copied from the A down, it's going to break it. So it's pretty simple to do. You don't have to be in a rush. Just highlight all of that, sit back, take a breath, look at it, and go, okay, yep, I've got it all. So now we're going to do a Control-C to copy it to your clipboard again. And then I'm going to place my cursor, I'm going to give it a space below this so that it doesn't all run together again. And then I'm going to do a Control-V and paste what I just copied here. So now you'll notice that I have a duplicate copy of the previous month. Okay? So the easiest way to do this, I'm going to take out a space here, don't need that many spaces, but I've got my new path here, and I've got a copy of one of the old paths. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this, and I'm going to do a Control-X, and that basically deletes that. And then I'm going to come down here where it says HTTP. Don't get the quote marks, just the HTTP, and come all the way down to the closing quote marks right after PDF. Make sure you've got it highlighted right. Don't include the two quote marks at each end. We just want that path. Now that that's highlighted correctly and you don't have too much or too little, you got just the right chunk of code there that you're wanting to replace, then do a Control-V. If you noticed, that's changed this path to the correct path for what I just uploaded and what I'm wanting to use. So I'm going to change this now from September 2015, and you'll do it whatever's applicable. If you're doing May 2016, then you would put in May 2016 here. That's what your visitors are going to see. And when they click on that, it's going to open this PDF file above in a new window, because I've got the target equals blank here. But those are the only two segments of this chunk of code that you'll have to worry about every single month. Is you'll copy and paste the one before, you'll cut your new path in here between the quotes, and then you're going to want to come in and change this text here between the word blank and this /A over here. You just want to change the text right here in between those to whatever month it is. Now, before we save, then, I would come down here and I would go to the very bottom of this window where it says August 2014, and I'm going to highlight that because it's pretty outdated anyway. And a lot of these are, you'll want to delete any of these old ones that you want. But I'm going to go ahead and highlight that and just hit my delete key, and it's going to be gone forever. And then I'm going to hit save. And then I'm going to take you back to the front end, visit site. I'm going to go to what's new. And you'll notice now that we have May 2016 right here at the very top. And you'll notice that we don't have the August of 2014 down here at the bottom anymore. And when somebody clicks on this, it magically opens it up into a new window. And this is going to appear on every single secondary page. See how we got May 2016? So the confusion probably was the fact that this content in the right sidebar is in a widget area. And it can be confusing because logically we think, well, we could just go to the page and edit. But hopefully you'll see that this makes a lot more sense putting it into that area. It would be nice if it was more of a WYSIWYG, what you see is what you get interface rather than having to deal with the code. But I think once you've done this once or twice, and you've gone into that appearance widgets and gone over here to your free monthly projects on the right hand side and just step back and take a look at these chunks of code, it's going to be pretty evident what you have to cut and paste and what you have to modify in order for it to work. Now, this is at the end of the tutorial, so I'm going to take this out because you wouldn't want that in your list, because it's something that's not applicable. So I'm going to hit save down here again in the lower right hand corner, and that's all there is to it. Good luck. If you have any questions, certainly let me know.